and actually got a chance to touch crocodiles. They had just recently eaten, so they were chilling. Apparently they are harmless at this point in time. All right, guys, so I'm about to get started testing this food. I'm looking forward to it. So we danced all night. The Gambians know how to party. Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis, or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living in West Africa. And if you want to know what it's like to spend 7 days in the Gambia, then this is the video for you. All right, guys, so before we get into today's content, I have to shout out Visit Sierra Leone. Visit Sierra Leone is a multifaceted organization that does everything to help you visit, move, and enjoy Sierra Leone and the neighboring countries. So if you want to visit Sierra Leone, they can help you with your airport transfer. They can help you with your flight. They can help you with the hotels. They can help you with the boat across the water. They do everything from real estate. If you want to move to Sierra Leone, you want to buy houses, you want to rent houses, they have that available too. And then of course, if you need help with visas and you need help with permits and residency and all of the things that you might need help with, they are a one-stop solution for everything Sierra Leone related. And then the other thing that they do is they actually do tours to other countries in the neighboring region. So they've gone to Guinea, they've gone to Gambia, there's plans to go to Cote d'Ivoire and other countries. So without further ado, let's get right back into the video. Okay, cool. So today we're gonna take you on a quick 7-day view. So what my trip to the Gambia was like. We got everything from food to hotels, to nightlife, to excursions. Anything you want to know what it's like to spend 7 days in the Gambia is in this video right here. So let's check it out. All right, so day one, I'm just going to take you on the travel to Gambia from Sierra Leone. So we're going to look at the sea coach and what that process looked like, and then landing in Banjul and checking into the hotel. So let's get into that. So the journey starts at Sea Coach. And you know, what I love about this is that when you walk down and you walk out into the Sea Coach, you know you are on your way finally. No idea what this trip is gonna be like, and I'm kind of wondering what it's gonna be like, but I'm just thinking to myself, I'm excited for what's to come. So then you get to the Sea Coach boat, and I love that they shout out Thomas Sankara on it. Don't know who he is, Google him. Really, really important revolutionary in African history. But once we start boarding the boat, it becomes real. We are on our way. We don't really know the whole group yet. That comes later, but it's just exciting that we're all ready to go. We finally arrive at the Freetown International Airport. All right, finally we are on our plane, about to take off. Let's go. All right, so we are getting ready to land, and it's becoming real that we are finally arriving in the Gambia. The flight is a really short flight, a little over 2 hours, and got there pretty quickly. As you land, the off ramp takes you down the steps. Here's the airport. Time to exchange the money. So 50 USD equals $3,000. Once we got our money exchanged and we finally got out of the airport, it was on the way to check into the hotel. Next. All right, guys, so that was travel to Gambia. On to the next. Okay, cool. So next is the official day one in the Gambia. So what did we do? We went to Arch 22 and we went to the Gambia National Museum. So this is part of what they call like a city tour. And so this was really interesting. We learned about the history of the Gambia. We learned about the coups and the military dictatorships that they had in place and all the things that happened. And so we're gonna jump into all of those details here. So check it out. All right, so today is the actual day one of the VSL trip. So what's on the agenda for today? Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is go to Arch 22. It's a historical landmark in the capital here, Banjul Gambia. Next, we are going to go to the National Museum. So, let's go. So overall, the experience at Arch 22 was interesting. You know, we had a lot of Gambia history. They taught us a lot. We learned their national anthem. We talked a lot about the history of the country. We learned a lot about the coups that kind of set the country up, the rule and the dictatorship that really was brutal and killed so many people. We learned about the grains and the rice. Everything pertaining to the Gambia. There was a competition that was interesting, a lot of fun. Our guide was great. He taught us a lot. Then we went to the museum, and at the museum, that was interesting. They didn't allow any videos, so everything I had to do was with pictures. But what was cool is we finally got a chance to take water out of the well and attempt to do that. And that was interesting. We learned more about their history, and it was just overall a really cultural exchange. All right, so that was the official day one of the actual tours and excursions. What'd you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments below. If you find this interesting so far, hit that thumbs up. All right, without further ado, on to the next. All right, so now we are on to the official day two, but technically day three of the journey, but the official day two of this particular excursion and trip. And so this day was Eid, and it was a Muslim holiday, and the country of the Gambia is a Muslim majority country. So we didn't have a lot of opportunity to go out to markets or anything like that. So what we did do is we took a walk from our hotel, Bellafone, over to Tamala. Bellafone and Tamala are actually sister resorts under the same umbrella. Sierra Leonean, Gambian owned. So it's actually really interesting, really cool, interesting people. So we took that walk. We walked across the beaches, so you got a chance to see the beaches. We did some horseback riding, and we also got a chance to eat some food. So check that out. All right, so this is day two. All right, so this is day two. Day one, we went to the museum. We went to the Arch 22. And it was a good time, lots of learning, like just a good overall day. Today being day two, today is Eid. It's a national holiday or international holiday for Muslims all around the world. So, and then we're going to the resort called, Tamala Resort, Tamala. We're gonna eat lunch over there. And that's really gonna be it today. Since today is a rest day and a not so busy day, I'm gonna just film a little bit while we're there so you guys get a chance to see what it's like. Yeah, and we're gonna call it a day. So that's it for now. On our way to Tamala Resort. Cool, so this is just walking over to Tamala. And then of course I got a chance to get on a horse, which haven't done much of, but that was interesting. And then of course just kind of walking around and taking a look at the hotel and the resort. It is a very nice resort. Just overall, the amenities are amazing. The outdoor space, just the way everything, they put it all together is pristine. And so, you know, of course, it became time to eat. So we walked towards the hallway where the food is, got to look at the menu. And then I had the opportunity to eat some really good food. So here you see the food I have on my plate: samosas, vegetable samosas, some salad, some fries. The fries were good. I had to speed this up a little bit because I didn't want to, we're going to do a whole separate video on the food that we had, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. I really like those fries. And then the samosas, I was ready. Let's see what they're like. How do I think of the samosas? What do I think, guys? What do you think? Good, thumbs up. Anytime you get a thumbs up, you know it's good. So I was really excited about the samosas. So that was the samosas. Then from there, just walked around a little bit more, got an actual tour of the room that day. And the swim up pools to the rooms, next level. So overall, it was just an amazing resort tour. And I walked around a lot just to get a real feel for it. But that's it for now. All right, cool. So that was day two, and everything that had to do with the lunch and the walk over and the horseback riding and all of that to Tamala Resort. If you found that interesting, hit that thumbs up. Let us know any comments you might have in the comment section below. All right, guys, on to the next. All right, so now we're officially day three of this excursion in this group with Visit Sierra Leone. And on day three, we actually went to Kunta Kinteh Island. It was a really interesting story. If you guys have seen the movie The Roots, the original one that debuted on television, I think in the 80s, and then they redid and remade it. It was really interesting to hear the story and the backstory of Kunta Kinteh before he left the Gambia and was actually trafficked to the United States, or what's modern day United States today. We got a chance to hear the whole story, go walk around the Kunta Kinteh island where the slaves were actually, or the enslaved Africans were actually captured and held. So we got a chance to walk through that and see everything there. So I'm gonna take you to the island and give you a quick tour of that. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Good morning. It is 6:47 a.m. Day 3. We are going to Kunta Kinteh Island. It's gonna be an all-day trip. It starts at 7, so I need to get up and get out of here. I got 13 minutes to get up and go meet the team. We're going all the way to Kunta Kinteh Island, and this is going to be an all-day affair. So it's 7 a.m. and it does not end until just about 6 p.m. So we got a lot to do, so let's go.
So as I mentioned in the intro, Kunta Kinteh obviously was a part of the story of Roots, right? And you know, you really got a chance to see what it was like when he was taken. What we had here was an experience going out to the island and learning what happened to him prior to. You know, he was known as a warrior. He was very well respected. Everyone loved him. But it wasn't until Alex Haley came back until he told everyone what happened to Kunta Kinteh, right? Because he disappeared, and there was really no history of who and what happened to him after he was trafficked to the States. And so what we got here was a tour of what his living quarters were, but it was a great learning experience, and I'll show a whole other video on this. All right, so that was day 3, and that was Kunta Kinteh Island. What'd you guys think? I know it's kind of weird that there's no roof and there's nothing there. So what'd you guys think of it though? Was it helpful to kind of see what it was like? I want to get your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. All right, on to the next. All right, guys, so next we are officially of the day 4 of this excursion, and today we are going to Makasutu. So now this is a place where you get to see baboons in their habitat, and man, was that interesting. We had a very scary moment where the alpha, if you will, wanted to show his strength. So anyway, we'll show that in another video where we'll get deeper into it, but that was a really interesting experience. So we're gonna take you to that really quickly, and then we're going to take you on, so we did that, we did a long walk, and then we did a river ride. So we're gonna take you on that river ride so you guys can see the floating bungalows and all of that. So check it out. All right, so the Makasutu River Cruise started with playing some music, some traditional Gambian music, doing some dances, and really getting into the spirit of, you know, this cultural exchange. And, you know, of course, they asked for some tips. We ate with some baboons. These guys were aggressive. But anyway, our tour guide was great. He took us on the river, and he kind of basically gave us the history of Gambia a little bit more with plants and the trees. And these are the floating bungalows. We even learned more about Kunta Kinteh, the healing properties of all the plants, some really interesting stuff with these plants that I can't get into now, but let's just say some of them help with libido. But overall, it was an amazing experience learning about the wildlife and getting a chance to see the lifestyle and the wildlife of the Gambia. All right, cool. So that was Makasutu. On to the next. All right, so now we're on day 5, and day 5 we went to Katchically and Crocodile Pond, and we went to Abuko Nature Reserve. So it was interesting because it was kind of 2 parts to this. In both instances, it was all about the animals, right? So, you know, Katchically Crocodile Pond actually had crocodiles where we pet the crocodiles, which is wild. The craziest thing I've ever done, petting crocodiles. And then we learned about and the circumcision practices that are still happening, and we'll do a deeper dive into that in a whole nother video, but that was interesting. And then later that day, we went to Abuko Nature Reserve, where we got a chance to see some other monkeys and turtles and hyenas. So you're gonna chance to see all that now, so check it out. All right, this is day 6, depending on how you look at it. Today, we have a couple things on the agenda. So we're going to Katchically Crocodile Pool, Abuko Nature Reserve. So let's go.
All right, the Katchically Crocodile Museum. This starts off with a sad story of the child genital mutilation that happens, and you know, he taught us some other history and things like that. But that crying kid that you saw at the very beginning really speaks to what their experience was like. And so this was kind of a two-pronged approach. One, we learned about the male genital mutilation. Then we also went to the crocodile pond and actually got a chance to touch crocodiles. They had just recently eaten, so they were chilling. Apparently they are harmless at this point in time. Can't really tell, to be honest, but I did it. Obviously I petted, and you see a couple of videos and flicks of me petting them. It's kind of scary, but it was an interesting experience. Let me know if you guys would do it. It was one that I'll never forget. And then we went to the Abuko Nature Reserve, and that was another experience where we really did it more of like a hike. We learned about the termite hills and all the different animals that live there. We even learned more about the male genital mutilation, but we saw monkeys, we saw turtles, and then eventually we got a chance to finally get to these hyenas. Now that was scary. Being in a cage with a hyena, would you guys do that? That was an experience like I'll never forget. Our tour guide was great. The monkeys were interesting, lots of fun, but it was just another great experience with some great people. On to the next.
All right, so that was day 5 at Katchically and Abuko. What did you guys think? Would you guys ever get in a cage with a hyena, or let alone pet a crocodile? I definitely want to hear from you guys. If you guys would do that, if you're adventurous enough and you would do that, let me know in the comments. If you wouldn't do it, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. If you find this interesting so far, hit that thumbs up. All right, guys, on to the next. All right, and of course, next is the last and final day, day 6. Well, actually not the last and final day. It was the day before the last day, but this was a rest day. And so this day, a couple of the ladies went to the spa and got some massages and things like that. I got a chance to go eat some food at a really good restaurant called 3 Chicks. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of that. That was a good day. I also interviewed our tour guide, so that was all really interesting. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of that before we move on to the last piece. So without further ado, let's get into day 6.
Now this is the Senegambia Resort, and this is one of the places where the ladies went to do their spa treatment. So Natural Remedy Studio is what it was called. And so they did everything from manicures to pedicures. It was a full spa day, you know, mud masks and all of that. So this is Zuleika showing us her experience. So you get a first-hand view from her. You know, they did facials, all kinds of different things. I mean, scrubs, the whole thing. Like, they were really pampered and they really enjoyed themselves. As you can see here, Zuleika's having the time of her life, and you know, she really loved what she was doing. You see, they did the nails, they did massages, they did facials, all of that. So that's what you're seeing here. And then she, of course, shows you around the front, and then that's everybody. Now on to my lunch. So I went to 3 Chicks and a Grill, and I wasn't sure what to expect, but what I love about this place is they have vegan options. So they had a vegan burger, some good food, some fries. All right, guys, so I'm about to get started testing this food. I'm looking forward to it. So let's first start with this mushroom burger, mushroom and bean burger. It's pretty aggressive. There's a lot on it. So I'm trying to keep everything inside of it. Let's go. Wow, it's really good. All right, so that was day 6. Now, what I didn't mention to you guys, and I wanted to save the best for last, is on day 5 and day 6 at night, we went out and went to 4 different locations. 2 the first night, 2 the second night. So on the first night, we went to Reos first, where I had some food, which was good. And then from Reos, we went to Onyx. Onyx is a really popular nightclub in the Gambia. You guys definitely got to check it out if you go to the Gambia. So that was day 5. And then day 6, we went to 2 other places. We went to Propoganda, which is more like a sports bar, a good place to kind of pregame, just like kind of Rio was on the day before. And then after Propoganda, we went upstairs to Envy. Envy is another really popular nightclub. And man, Gambians know how to party. So without further ado, let's take you to that nightlife. So let's go. All right, so first stop was Reos. It's kind of like a pregame spot, some food there to eat. Of course, my vegetable spring rolls as usual. Hot though, really hot, burn in my mouth.
But what do I think of them? Regardless, I'm going to tell you in just 3, 2, there we go, 1. It was good. I liked it. Next, we went to Onyx. Onyx was cool. You know, this place is lit. I mean, I'm not a big clubber anymore, but man, Gambians know how to party. So we had a good time in Onyx, and I had a friend that had been there the week before. They had a good time. So let's go to Propaganda and Envy next. So again, of course, you got a pregame. Propaganda is a sports bar, so we were there first. Some people had some food. It was interesting. So then we went to Envy, and Envy was the coolest spot. I mean, we had the most fun at Envy, I would say, and it was towards the end of the trip, right? So we danced all night. The Gambians know how to party. One thing I will say is they love playing their own Gambian music, but overall, man, the music was great. I had a good time, as you can see. All right, guys, so that was Nightlife in the Gambia, and that really concludes this video. From here, you know, the next day we traveled and went home, and so it was an amazing experience, had a lot of fun. I'm glad I got a chance to do this, met some interesting people, and that's the other cool thing about these kinds of trips, is that it's not only an interesting trip where you learn a lot, but you also meet some really, really interesting people. And so I definitely recommend, if you are here in Sierra Leone, go on one of these trips with Visit Sierra Leone, and you will get a chance to have an experience of a lifetime. I recommend it for everybody. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you do it. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. If you found this interesting and you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. If you know anybody who's planning to go to the Gambia, make sure you share this video with them. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. And with that, guys, thanks for watching. See you all on the next video. This is your official guide to the Gambia. If you're planning to visit the Gambia at any point in time in the future, you are gonna wanna use this guide. We have everything in here. First of all, we start off with me just telling you about what this booklet is all about. We talk about the different areas in the Gambia that you can visit. We talk about the different resorts and the different places that you can stay. Hotels, resorts, the best ones, the ones that I like, the ones that I stayed in, the ones that I toured. There'll be different videos on those as well. We also then went on to the vehicle services. So there are vehicle services for you there. Download this report now if you want to have the full comprehensive guide on everything that you can do in the Gambia. Link is in the description below. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.